everyone, Chas from Chas's Crazy Creations. Welcome to a mindful stretch class where we take some time for ourselves and listen to our bodies and what our bodies need and our mind needs and our soul needs and all of that great stuff. So I hope you've been having a really great start to your week. I'd love to know where you're watching from. Please drop that in the comments, as well as if there's any areas that you would like to work on, please put that in the comments so I can plan that into our next class. So, finding a space where you can spread out at home, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So, go ahead and put your feet hip width apart, sitting nice and tall, and we're going to go ahead and take a deep breath in, and an exhale out, and another breath in, and then exhale out. Great job. Shoulders rolling back. Again, drop in the comments where you're watching from. Please share this with someone else who might need a mindful moment in their day. Great job. Just getting our arms moving a little bit. We're going to go ahead and, again, just making your stance as whatever's comfortable as possible to you. We're going to look to one side, taking a deep breath in and out. Feeling on every exhale the muscles release. So your goal is to push through that stretch. Thank you for the love. Switching to the other side, deep breath in and out. Great job. Back to center. Tilting our head to one side, deep breath in and out. And then shifting to the other side, deep breath in and out. Great job. Reaching one arm up, the other arm straight down, and again, feeling the weight evenly distributed between your feet right now. So you want to make sure you feel your heels as much as your toes, and your toes as much as your heels. Switching to the other side. This is coming from a girl who's had 2 hip surgeries, so I tended to push through the front of my hips way more than I should have. Great job. We're going to bring our arms in to a W and exhale out to a V. And I know I'm a little cut off here today. We're going to shift cameras down and we're going to do the mat a little bit too. So I'll have to move the camera a little bit today, but I think it'll be good. Inhale W, exhale V. One more. Inhale W, exhale V. Great job. Arms out to the sides, shifting if you need to. Arm circles back, working the back of your shoulder blades. Making sure that we have good posture. A lot of times those muscles get weak and our shoulder blades actually tend to wing out from us being curved over at a desk or at the computer too much. So the goal number would really be 30 of these. So keep that in mind when we're doing them. So you might want to do them in sets of 5 throughout your day, reversing that going the other direction, or perhaps 10. Excellent job. And then we're going to bring them forward, but keeping our shoulder blades back. So the last thing we want to do is move them forward, because again, when we're sitting at the desk, we tend to curve over a lot. So we're working for alignment and shoulders here. So pulling those shoulders back and doing those arm circles. So those of you who've seen Karate Kid, I grew up with Karate Kid, the first one, not the remake. You know this is like wax on, wax off. Who's watched Karate Kid? Send an emoji if you've seen it. Great job. All right, shake those arms out. We're going to go ahead and reach to one side. Deep breath in and out. Then go ahead and shift to the other side. Deep breath in and out. Back to center. We're going to go ahead and move our rib cage a little bit. So just trying to keep your hips, so if you need to bend your knees a little bit to help, you're just going to move your ribs from side to side, giving them a little stretch. Great job. Now we're going to move forward and back. So opening back and then contracting. We've done this on the floor on our hands and knees. We're just doing it standing now. All right, moving our hips side to side. Go ahead. Loosen those up for the day. Front and back, hip flexors. And then back for your lower back. So you're working all of those muscles and trying to relax them. Little circle one direction. And a little circle the other direction. You're doing great. Thanks for joining me today. Excellent job. Okay, so we've got a little bit of looseness going. That's good. Shoulders and everything are feeling good. Pulling it back. We're going to stretch the arms a little more later, but we might be doing some more work with them, so I'd like to give them just a little rest break. So we're going to reach over. I want you just to kind of lean, but keep this hip flexor going here. Reaching to the side. Deep breath in and out. Shifting to the other side, keeping your shoulder up, not curved forward. Deep breath in and out. Excellent job. So we're going to roll our shoulders and roll through our foot. So you can pick your foot off the ground, or you can just go up to your forced arch, which is when you're just on the ball of your foot. So rolling backwards and rolling through our feet. Okay? And now let's go ahead and reverse that. So we're going to roll in and roll through our feet still. So we're giving our feet a break. Just moving our body, because sometimes moving those muscles is what helps them relax a little bit too. Sometimes stretching when you're too tense, it just doesn't work. All right, moving sideways, what we're going to go ahead and do is a lunge. So you need to do what's right for you. The important part is keeping your knee over your toe. And a lot of times people don't do this right. So front leg, make sure your knee is over your toe, it's a straight line, over your ankle, I should be saying, sorry. So if you're not comfortable going all the way down, go ahead and use something to balance on, a chair, a wall, or anything. And you're working this hip flexor here. If you want more of a challenge, you can reach for the floor and then really work through that back leg, stretching it straight, feeling that hip flexor. Taking a deep breath in and out here. And then doing it again. Now if you're ready, bring one arm up. Deep breath in and out. This is good for stability as well. You're building muscle actually while you're stretching. Great job. Both to the center one more time. Now, come on back up. And I want you to lift your arms above your head, or hold on, whatever you need to do, and try to sink down a little bit and give that hip flexor a little extra stretch. Great job. Coming up, switching to the other side. So again, keeping that knee right over your ankle, easing into it, using something to balance if you need to. Nice straight back leg. Deep breath in and out. This is very much challenging for me. I'm still recovering, so I'm loving this though. Getting stronger every day. Switching sides. Last weekend I was able to do an 8-mile hike with incline, so I was super excited about that. All right, we're going back up again. Whoop. My own balance issues. Arms over your head if you're ready. Sinking into that for that hip flexor. And coming down. Coming back up. Okay, I need to shake my legs out. I don't know about you guys. Give them a little shake. All right, let's go ahead and work that lower back. So I'm sideways so that you can see what I'm doing. So I want to keep my pelvis tucked. So I don't want to lean out because that's going to make more strain on our back muscles. So we're contracting here. Arms are down. I call this like, I envision a monkey. So think about being a monkey. But we're just going to shift back and forth, really stretching that lower back out. So I'll turn back forward so you can see it from a different direction. But the biggest thing is not sticking your rear end out. Feeling your feet, toes to heels still. Now let's sink a little lower. Let your head go. Give that neck a break too. Coming back up. And going down a little bit more. And coming back up. Rolling all the way up top, one vertebrae at a time. Shoulders rolling back. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Another breath in. Exhale out. Okay, I can see I'm cutting my head off almost. Reaching your arm across. Stepping and touching. Oh, just moving a little bit. How many of you guys liked the standing movement class? If you did, put that in the comments. I would like to know if we should do some more of those kind of movement classes as well and shake it up a little bit. Now we're going to reach down. So we're going across and down, adding a little squat to it, Or in dance, we call it a plie. Keeping our alignment good. Just loosening the body up a little bit. Back to center, shaking it all out. Now, I think we're gonna move to the floor now. So, before we do though, let's actually do a hamstring stretch. So, I'm gonna turn sideways so you have the guideline. Head tipping down, rolling down. You might bend your knees a little bit, okay? Because you'll have the opportunity to straighten them if you want to when you get down. Slowly reaching, rolling down, 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 reaching for the floor, letting your head hang, and then when you're ready, go ahead and stretch your legs. Now, whatever's comfortable. So if you're not touching the floor, it's okay. And if your legs straight hurt too much, then keep them bent. It's whatever works for you. And while you're here, go ahead and bend a little bit and stretch because your hamstrings attach all in here, all over the place. They attach up to your hips, down to your knees, and there's a lot of muscles in there. So by just shifting your weight and bending your knees, you get different stretches for different muscles. The only thing we don't want to be doing is like bouncing or forcing a stretch. All right, good job. All right, you guys go ahead and start moving to the floor in a sitting position. I'm gonna move the camera down so we have a little bit better angle. Oh, my sister's watching. Hi, Shelly. It's hard to see from that far away. Okay, so moving to the floor. Sitting comfortable. We're gonna do our circles. So I'll scoot back so I'm not chopping my head off for you guys, hopefully. All right, so we're reaching to one side. I might have to move you up a little bit. Taking a deep breath in and out. Shifting to the other side. Deep breath in and out. Let's go ahead. 2 for good measure. Always get a little better the second time in a stretch. And 1 more. Deep breath in and out. We're going to do a shortened version of our circle. So we're only going to contract at our rib cage. So when we go down, we won't be going all the way down. We'll be cutting more to an angle like this. So reaching to one side, curving in, other side. We're just working some other muscles and relaxing other muscles. In, other side, and up. And then now we're going to go all the way down, or whatever is comfortable. Other side, and up. Other way, side, forward, other side, and up. Now we're going to go diagonally forward, so you're hovering, like you still want to hollow out this abdominal region. And you're stretching kind of through those back muscles. Now from here, you're going to reach up. So you're going to get a different area up here in your rib cage. Other diagonal forward, shifting all those muscles. Keeping your shoulders down. Don't crunch up, open your neck. Excellent job. All right, let's go ahead and roll backwards. Let's go ahead and do some of our little bit of our ab work today. So rolling back, find that comfortable position. Get your tailbone on the ground. Remember, we're tucking, so you'll feel your lower back touch the mat, and then you contract to go up. So we're pulling in, we're going up to our knees, deep breath in and out, and roll down. Let's go ahead and do that again. Deep breath up, and down, and up, and down. We're going to do 1 more, and up, and down. Now we're going to reach opposite arms, so we're going to kind of go on a diagonal so we can get our obliques. So we're going to reach up, and then come down, and now we're going to go the other side. So we're going to reach up, and then come down, back again to the other side, up, and down. Last one to the other side, up, and down. Great job. Let's do our bridges. So make sure your hips are square, knees are straight in front of your hips, and your feet are underneath. So you've got nice, good alignment. And we're going to tuck, and we're going to lift and squeeze those glutes. Squeeze them really hard. It's really important we have strong glute muscles. Go ahead and contract and come back down. Give yourself a second. Again, contract and lift. And come down. Now, if you're ready, we're going to do the leg extension this time. Otherwise, just keep doing the bridges, whatever is best for you. So going up. When you're ready, lifting one leg. Now remember, do not let your hips move. Your goal is not to shift up in your pelvis. Switch legs. And come down. We're going to do one more of those. So yeah, you don't want a wobbly pelvis. You want stability. It's really important. So contracting, lifting. This time let's lift the opposite leg first. We tend to be dominant on one side, so we tend to always do that side first. And contract. Great job. All right, all I want you to do is we're going to twist. So you're going to drop your knees to one side. Now they can stay down low or you can bring them up higher. So whatever's more comfortable. And then you can stop here just with this twist or take your opposite arm and stick it out behind you. Taking a couple breaths here. And sometimes we have to fidget until we find the right spot for us and what feels good. Great job. Back to center. We're going to go ahead and do that to the other side. So letting our legs fall the other way, finding that position where they're comfortable, and then if you're ready, drop that opposite arm out behind you. For those of us who have had treatment for breast cancer, one side is always easier than the other. It just doesn't matter if you've had scar tissue, if you've had lymph nodes removed, if you've had radiation treatment. One side is always a little easier than the other. Or maybe they're both tight because you've had a lot of work done on both sides, and I feel your pain, guys. All right, legs straight out. Let's go ahead and reach up with our arms. A few deep breaths here. Feeling the breaths from your belly. Slowing it down. Great job. Rolling over onto our belly slowly. We'll work our back a little bit more. Really important for ourselves. So let's go ahead and start with our legs straight. Hands on your forehead. We're going to lift. Keep your feet on the floor. And lower. And lift. And lower. Lifting up. And lower. We got one more. Up. And down. Okay, we're going to be doing opposite arms and opposite legs, but keeping your forehead on the floor because we don't want to cause any neck strain. So lifting opposite arm and leg. And lower. Switching to the other side. And lower. Switch. And lower. And switch. And lower. Great job. Pulling those arms in, giving yourself the cobra stretch, making sure you're pushing your shoulders down, whatever's comfortable for you. And remember, you can always do the halfway point if that's all that's comfortable. You don't want to be forcing something. You don't want to be pushing anything so that it hurts. Great job. Up on all fours. Knees hip width apart. We're going to do our opposite arm and leg here. Remember to contract your muscles, engage them. And we're going to do opposite arm and and leg, and you don't want to rock your hips again. So looking for stability. So contract those abs, reaching out and in. And we're not looking for a super extension. That's not what this is about. Switching sides and in. This is about stability and strength. Out. And in. One more. Out. And in. From here, I want you to thread the needle so one arm goes through the other arm and you rest down back up to center, switching sides, all the way down. Back to center, curving up, arching down, curving up, arching down. We're going to push through our feet today, so we're going to go ahead and push through for the downward dog. Now, my heels never make it to the mat, so don't feel bad if yours don't. Working the flat back, though, up in front, so that's important that your back is getting flat and your legs are getting a good stretch. Coming back down. Let's go ahead today and we're going to do our curved plank. It's been a while since we worked on that. So a lot of times when you hear plank, a plank is like this. So it's your push-up position, but a lot of us aren't as strong as that. And that's a pretty hard thing. And what tends to happen is we lose our abs and we end up like hurting our backs. So what we're going to do is more of a bridge. So it's going to have more of a curved look to it. So if I were to demonstrate it, it's got more of a curve. So you should really feel like you're tucking your abs in, and it almost will cause you to shake a little bit depending on how strong you are. Now if you're ready for the full plank, by all means go for it. And then let's go ahead and come down. Give yourself a minute. We'll go ahead and do that again. We'll breathe. Try not to hold your breath. It's really hard. We have a tendency to want to hold our breath when things get hard. All right, going out again, contracting up. And coming down. Now, this time you can either, we're gonna do 2 more times, that's it. This time you can either do the same thing, or you can come with me and we're gonna move our legs. So I'm gonna bring the mat, or the camera up just a little bit, so that I have a better angle there. So we're going out. So if you're ready, you go back to this curve. If you're ready for a little more of a challenge, step one leg out, bring your other leg to it. Now keep lifting up on this side, so the underside. So it should contract. Back out, and come down. How'd that feel? A little bit of a challenge, stability. All right, we only got one more, other side. So going out, contracting up. This is so much better. I'm so glad I learned this in physical therapy. Stepping up with the other side, bringing both legs up, contracting under here. So it's working your balance. Back to center. And come down. Yay, you did it, good job. Okay, let's go ahead and work our child's pose all the way down. Resting that back after the hard work, making sure. Hopefully your back shouldn't be feeling a lot though. It's not meant for your back. Slowly rolling back up. You know, it's funny. I had music for us and I forgot to turn it on. All right, back to center. Oh, okay. So, I said that we would work our arms one more time, so let's go ahead, or not work them, but give them a break. So, cross the body, deep breath in and out. Up and over, deep breath in and out. Switching sides. Now, I know you're joining me, so it's hard to make notes in the comments, but I would really love to know if there's an area you want to work on, or if you want to do another movement, like, you know, lively movement class. Always feel free to drop. I like to know what you guys want to work on. Helps me know what to do. Great job. All right, shoulders back, centering your bodies, sitting at peace, abs contracted and rib cage down. Quick walking through our bodies. Let's see how they feel. So starting with your toes. So we're going to think about our feet, and if you want to close your eyes so you can focus, please feel free to do that. Focusing on your feet. Is there anything else you need to do for your feet in this moment? We might do some ankle rolls, come to think of it. Up to our calves. Is there anything else you need to stretch? Moving up to your knees. Up to your hamstrings and quadriceps. Up to your hips and your lower back and your spine and your abs, your whole chest, your torso. We'll call it torso. That's what it is. Up to your shoulders, down to your hands, then to your forearms, up to your triceps and biceps, up to your neck, and then last your head. So in this next moment, you can either keep breathing, or I want you to take a mindful moment for yourselves and stretch whatever that might be. So I was noticing my wrists are feeling a little tense. So I'm gonna go ahead and give them a little roll. And then I'm gonna go ahead and roll them the other way. But whatever that moment is for you, so if you needed to stretch your calves, if you needed to stretch your hip flexors, if you needed to wiggle and move, whatever that is, nobody can see you, you're in your own space. So take that moment. How many times do we take that moment for ourselves? It's not very often, especially if you've got kids at home, if your job is stressful right now and maybe you're working extra hours. We tend to put ourselves last, and that is not right. We need to be making sure we're making time for ourselves every day, because you are important and you need to make that time for yourself. Because if you are stressed out and you're not taking care of yourself, it will lead to things down the road which can make you even more unhealthy. We want you to feel good. So I think that you need to think of 3 things that you're grateful for today. It's the happiness advantage. You can look that up. And I want you, it doesn't have to be anything hard. I always say that. It can be something very simple. So a lot of times everybody thinks it has to be some big, huge thing, and it really doesn't. 3 things, just little things. All right, we're gonna take our 2 deep breaths in and out. 1 more breath in and out. Shoulder roll back, sitting nice and tall. You are amazing. In fact, I'm gonna get closer to tell you all that. You are amazing, and you are very deserving of great things and happiness. And I hope the world for all of you. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I will see you in a week for our longer mindful moments. But I've been doing our Monday through Friday mindful moments on Instagram, and then I'm sharing them over on Facebook too. So you should be able to get them in both places. Hopefully that's working for everyone. Remember to drop in the comments anything you want to work on, any places of tension, any things of soreness, or maybe something you want to build strength on, or maybe you want to talk more about breathing or body scans. We can do anything. So let me know what you want, and we'll put that in the schedule. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.